In our last video, we covered how Xiao Yan ambushed and destroyed the Jia clan's medicinal transport convoy, leading to their total bankruptcy. In today's video, the recruitment season for Jia Nan Academy has finally begun. Hey everyone, HKD here. Today we're exploring the Battle Through the Heavens novel to cover epic scenes the anime skipped. Let's dive into the full, uncut story of the BTTH universe. The anime skipped some content to rush the plot, so I'll use the manhwa to ensure you don't miss any novel details. Xiao Yan and Xun'er arrived at the Jia Nan Academy recruitment site to register, but the place was already packed with a massive crowd. Jia Nan Academy doesn't just recruit in Wu-Tan City. They also accept students from several surrounding cities. It's just that their primary rest area is located in Wu-Tan City. There are so many people, Xun'er remarked with a sigh. Xiao Yan, didn't you say you weren't going to register? Well, Xiao Yan laughed, of course, I'm only here to keep you company. Xun'er remained silent, simply fixing her gaze on him. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm serious, Xiao Yan said awkwardly. In reality, he was thinking to himself, man, I really didn't want to come. The only reason he was there was because Yao Lao told him that Jia Nan Academy possessed a heavenly flame. To evolve his flame mantra, he had no choice but to sign up and get in. Xun'er smiled and said, forget it. Even if it's a lie, I'm still happy to hear it. The charm of Jia Nan Academy is so massive that even some middle-aged men try to sneak in. Of course, this hilarious scene is a comic original edition. However, their admission standards are not low. They require students to reach 8 stages of Doji Chi before the age of 18. When Xiao Yan saw Xiao, he asked in confusion, what are you doing here? Just joining the crowd. Using the back door, of course, Xiao replied proudly. Humph, if you want to skip the line, follow me. The person in charge of recruitment for Wu-Tan City this time is actually my mentor. Tisk, what's the big deal? Xiao Yan teased with a smile. Xiao snapped back, then don't follow me, you little brat. Who is following you? I'm following Xun'er, Xiao Yan argued. We're here, Xiao said with a smile as she led them to a specific spot. Great, it's someone I know, she said, greeting them with a grin. Hello, senior. I'm Xiao, a disciple of Manchuru Lin. I'm here to see her. Is this guy asleep, or is he drunk again? Xiao sighed helplessly as she looked at the seemingly unconscious senior. Forget it, let's just head inside. Sister, you're always talking about how high the standards are at Jia Nan Academy, Xiao teased with a laugh. It doesn't actually seem that strict after all. Sensing that something was off, Xun'er remarked, Xiao Yan, you felt it too, didn't you? Yeah, Xiao Yan replied with a nod. Suddenly, Xiao was overwhelmed by a powerful surge of Doji pressure. What? He gasped in shock. This pressure is so strong. I knew it wouldn't be that simple. Xiao Yan thought to himself. As expected, this is a trial. Still, this is pretty amateur, he said with a smile, stepping over the threshold with ease. Xun'er followed closely behind, crossing the distance just as effortlessly. That was terrifying. We finally made it, Xiao and Xiao Mei gasped for air, having used every ounce of their strength just to cross the threshold. Is it really that bad? Xiao Yan teased with a laugh. Do you need me to pull you up? You little brat, quit showing off, Xiao snapped, waving him away in refusal. Seriously, Xiao said, speechless. Senior, are you messing with us on purpose? The senior, who had been faking sleep, replied, I can't help it, orders from the mentor. If you want to use the back door, you naturally have to pass a few tests first. Congratulations, he said with a laugh, you all passed. He then tried to invite Xun'er to dinner, but Xiao sent him flying with a single punch. Actually, this specific scene of testing their strength is a comic original edition. In the original novel, Xiao Yan and the others simply completed their evaluation by using a testing crystal. Keep going, and we'll reach Manchuru Lin's location, Xiao explained as she led them deeper into the courtyard. Huh, what's that noise up ahead? Before Xiao could even finish his sentence, a person was suddenly sent flying toward them. Newbies, don't think you can act tough just because you passed the test. A guy shouted arrogantly, "Don't you know you're supposed to listen to your seniors? Now, get on your knees and stay there." Luerbu, Xiao Yu snapped, looking at the crowd of people kneeling on the ground. "What do you think you're doing?" "Nothing much," Luerbu replied with a smirk. "I'm just teaching them how to show some respect to their seniors." "They're newbies," he said arrogantly. "If we don't take them down a peg or two, how will they ever learn?" "Screw you," the person who had just been sent flying by Luerbu cursed. "I kneel to the heavens, the earth, and my parents at home. Why on earth should I kneel to you?" "Stubborn to the end, huh, brat," Luerbu mocked. As he spoke, he raised his leg to deliver a heavy kick. But a second later, Xiao Yan sent him flying with a single punch. "So weak. Are you really a student at Jia Nan Academy?" Xiao Yan mocked. Luerbu is at least a 2-star doju, yet he was taken down in a single blow, Xiao Yu thought, completely shocked. Just how far has Xiao Yan's cultivation progressed by now? "Quick, get up. What's your name?" Xiao Yan asked as he helped the person who had been knocked down by Luerbu. "Tai," the young man introduced himself. "Tai, you've got some real backbone," Xiao Yan remarked. "But on this doji continent, only those with strength can escape humiliation." Then, he walked toward Luerbu and snapped, "In all my life, the things I despise most are trash who bully others just because they have a bit of power." Then, he sent Luerbu flying once more with another kick. But suddenly, a mass of water appeared out of thin air, saving Luerbu just before he slammed into the wall. "Who's that?" Xiao Yan asked in shock. "What an impressive freshman," Mentor Ru Lin said, appearing as she clapped with a smile. "It looks like I've truly found a hidden gem in this year's recruitment." "Mentor Ru Lin," Xiao Yu called out, greeting her. "Come here, let me take a look," Ru Lin said, walking toward Tai. She then reached out her hand to treat his injuries. "Wow, so this is the healing out of water attribute doji," Xiao Yan thought to himself, feeling impressed. "Are you feeling better now?" Ru Lin asked. "Wah," Tai exclaimed in surprise, "I'm fine, I'm all better." In the original novel, Tai actually doesn't appear at this point. Luerbu also didn't make the freshmen kneel. Instead, he forced them to stand under the scorching sun for hours. Xiao Yan didn't fight him directly either, but rather fought one of his subordinates. The conflict started because Luerbu had a crush on Xiao Yu. However, Xiao Yu couldn't stand him, so she deliberately acted as if she and Xiao Yan were very close. This made Luerbu absolutely furious. When Luerbu ordered Xiao Yan to stand under the scorching sun, Xiao Yan naturally refused. That was the moment the tension finally boiled over. "Mentor Ru Lin, I missed you so much," Xiao Yu exclaimed as she hugged Ru Lin like a spoiled child. "You silly girl," Ru Lin laughed. "That powerful young man you brought along, could he give us his name and rank?" "My name is Xiao Yan," he replied with a smile. "As for my rank, I should be around the 4-star doju." "So, you're the famous Xiao Yan," Ru Lin remarked with a sigh of admiration. "You little rascal, you must be the highest-ranking student among this year's freshmen, right?" "Well, I wouldn't be too sure about that," Xiao Yan replied. "Xiao Xun'er, 16 years old, 6-star doju," Xiao Xun'er announced with a smile. Ru Lin and the others were completely stunned. They couldn't believe that someone so young could already be a 6-star doju. "With your level of strength, getting into Jia Nan Academy will be no problem at all," she explained. "In 7 days, the Academy's flying convoy will arrive to pick you all up." Mentor Ru Lin, actually, I have a small favor to ask," Xiao Yan inquired. "I might not be able to leave in 7 days. Would it be possible to grant me a leave of absence?" "A leave of absence?" Ru Lin asked. "How long do you need?" Xiao Yan smiled and replied, 1 year. 1 year, Ru Lin frowned. "I'd love to have a vacation like that myself." "I'm sorry, Mentor, I know this is sudden," Xiao Yan explained with a cupped fist salute. "But I have a matter that I must settle in person. This leave is non-negotiable. If it's not granted, I'd rather wait and reapply next year." "Alright, I can give you this 1-year leave," Ru Lin said after a moment of thought. As she spoke, a sharp sword flew out from her hand. The sharp sword lunged toward Xiao Yan at incredible speed. But just as the blade was about to strike him, it suddenly veered off and pierced into the ground. Throughout the entire ordeal, Xiao Yan didn't even blink. Despite the danger having passed, Xiao Xun'er, who was terrified for his safety, couldn't help but cry out, "Xiao Yan! I'll tell you what," Rulin said with a mischievous glint in her eye. "You must last 20 rounds against me at Dadoushi." "Deal, I accept," Xiao Yan replied with a confident smile. In our next video, 4-star Do Zhu Xiao Yan versus 5-star Dadoushi Rulin, will he be able to survive 20 rounds and successfully secure his leave for cultivation? Thanks for watching. If you liked the breakdown, drop a like. I'm HKD, bringing you more exclusive BTTH novel content soon. Subscribe so you don't miss out. See you in the next one. Peace.